Hi everyone, this is Dr. K. Pradeep Reddy, Associate Professor, School of Management. Would like to bring you about payback period method, which is one of the traditional methods of capital budgeting techniques. I just want to explain about how payback period works and what are its merits and demerits and how to calculate payback period. And to look into this, a payback period refers to the time it takes to earn back the cost of an investment. More specifically, it is the length of time it takes a project to reach a break-even point. The break-even point is the level at which the cost of production equal the revenue for a product or service. So here, in this, we can understand that it refers to a project when a company is looking into a project. It wants to know what is the how many years, within how many years their investment will be returned back, so that they can take decisions upon which on projects they can invest, and also they can want to know in which year or at what time they will be reaching their break-even point, and also the break-even point at the level at which the cost of production equal the revenue for a product or service can be known through payback period method, which is very easy and which is very important for the organizations which are small and which are having a less amount of cash resources. In next one is, generally speaking, an investment can either have a short or a long payback period. So in this criteria is when what type of projects has to be accepted by the company, what is the criteria of accept or reject rule for a payback period method can be seen here. So here projects payback period will be short or long. So the shorter a payback period is, the more likely it is that the cost will be repaid or returned quickly, and hence the more desirable the investment becomes, obviously, and vice versa, because many of the projects wherein if you go for a short-term period, automatically the cash resource will not be wasted and firms can save their cash reserves and can be utilized for some other purpose. And this method is helpful to identify those projects which are short term in nature. And let us look into the merits and demerits of this method. The first is it is easy to calculate and simple to understand. Why it is easy to calculate and easy to understand is, here we are considering only two components. One is the initial investment that is going to be taken and the annual cash inflows that the project is generating. So this method is suitable to a company which has a less amount of cash in hand. So it is suitable to those companies where the companies are suffering from cash reserves and they cannot evenly supply the funds for the cash whenever there is a requirement. And this method reduces the profitability of loss on account of obsolescence. What is obsolescence is, in many of the cases, this method is applicable for projects having a big machinery, wherein we have to import the machinery from foreign. And then the life of the machine, we have to estimate and what is the cost of the machine and what is the output of the machine and within how many years it will become obsolete, means wear and tear. So that's why in those projects, this method also is very useful. And when we look into the demerits, it ignores the time value of money because it is not considering when and where, how many years, what is the value of money. If we invest today, what will be the output that we're getting in future? And it ignores all cash inflows after the payback period. Obviously, it is considering only when the original investment is received back. So that's why it is ignoring all the cash inflows after the payback period. And it is one of the misleading evaluations of capital budgeting. Why of the many of the others say that this is so misleading? Because when we are considering only the revenues that are generated when we will be getting back the original investment, in some projects we cannot say, and we cannot say on the conditions under which these assumptions will be worked out. So that's why it has been taken as a demerit. And when we look into the formula to calculate payback period is, it is initial investment by annual cash inflows. We will be considering the initial investment that is taken from the project and the annual cash inflows that are derived to the project. And thank you, everyone. Hope you have understood very well. Thank you.